So there is a very simple way to shift into the identity of the you who has your desire, and it has everything to do with how that version of you thinks. Thinking is really the easiest way to enter into the state of the wish fulfilled, the feeling, the embodiment. And I know that all these words can feel really abstract, but thinking, now that is something we can understand. It's why affirmations are such a popular manifesting technique, because everyone knows how to think a thought. The important thing is that the thought really is putting you in that state of the wish fulfilled. So today we are going to talk about how to think the thoughts that help you take on the identity of the person who has your desire. This is the key to manifesting. If you know how to do this, you can manifest anything you want. So first of all, let's get really clear about this. Neville Goddard said, you cannot manifest anything that you are not in consciousness. What does this mean? It really means identity is everything. If you are walking around in an old self, an old identity, a person who doesn't have your desires, and you're trying to do techniques on top of that person, you aren't going to have the success you want. There is an identity, a you, a version of you who is totally fulfilled in having her desire right now. And your work is to embody that version of you. How can you enter that state? Using your thoughts. Thoughts can be cues in different ways. One of the ways is you can ask yourself a question. Who would I be? How would I be walking around in the world if I already had my desire? That is a great cue to help evoke that identity of having your desire. Thoughts can also be things like affirmations. A really good affirmation you can use to evoke that identity is, it already happened. You're telling yourself that your desire already happened, and then you're tuning in to what does it feel like that it already happened. You're not trying to convince yourself that it already happened by saying that. You're using the words "it already happened" as a cue into what it feels like being the person that this happened to. You can also use your words as a way to evoke feeling states. So something like, I feel beautiful, I feel magnetic, I feel gorgeous. Saying that to yourself as a way to evoke the subtle feeling of actually feeling that way is another way to enter that identity of having your desire. Your thoughts are very easy to tweak. And so what you want to be doing as a manifester is molding and shaping them in a way where you feel different. When you use your thoughts as a way to evoke or call forth this new identity, you know that you are using a manifesting technique in a very powerful way to shift your being, to shift who you are. And by shifting who you are, by becoming familiar with having your desire, by walking around in the world as that person, you have no choice but to create a matching reality. If you love manifesting in this way, then you would absolutely love my intimate practice group called the Neville Lab. Hop on the waitlist by clicking that link below if you are interested in joining a group of women who does this work day in, day out to call our desires to us. What I want you to remember about manifesting is you can use your thoughts in a moment-to-moment way. You don't have to be this new version of yourself all the time. What you're going to start with is thoughts cueing you into the felt sense of being her. If you do that over and over and over again, you're creating a new pathway, a new knowing of yourself, a new embodiment, and that's exactly what's going to manifest exactly what you want. If you want to learn exactly why manifesting works through Neville Goddard's eyes, you can watch this video next about the law of reversibility. It's an obscure teaching of his, but it really puts everything into perspective. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love being here with you. I'll see you soon.